Dragon Coffee is a hand-painted, traditionally animated adventure game that looks really cute and cozy, which is probably why you're here. But what should you expect from this game? How do you unlock the magic spells? And is it really worth $30 or even $20? Well, sit back and relax and tap that subscribe button because we're about to find out. You play as a fox character named Margot who aspires to be a world-class baker but doesn't quite have that reputation yet. Apparently she's known for not making the best food, so it's up to you to get her practice in. Here's how it works. You start out in the first region and run around the map looking for characters that have puzzles and errands for you. Once you complete a task, you'll receive a new recipe to cook back at your house. Cook the tasty treat and then deliver it back to the character for a token. Each new region will require you to have a certain number of tokens in order to unlock it and progress. These new areas will have more quests for you and more tokens to receive so you can unlock even more areas. Once you have 100 tokens, you can get on the Sky Train, which I assume is the end of the game or very close to it, because dang, that's a lot of chores. Some errands are really simple, like herding some sheep, and others are more involved and take multiple NPCs to complete. The puzzles are fairly basic and honestly sometimes just a little tedious. It can feel like busy work. To bake your goods so you can exchange them for tokens, you'll need ingredients, of course. These can be purchased at various shops. For example, milk and eggs can be purchased from the town shop, while coffee and chocolate can be purchased from the coffee shop. Here's the kicker. Some of these quests can become staggered, so you'll learn a new recipe that requires ingredients that can only be found in a region you haven't unlocked yet, and vice versa. So even though you need a token to open the next area, you'll have to rely on someone else's quest instead, someone who has the recipe you can actually use. This is a gameplay mechanic that makes things interesting, but also a bit tedious as you're shifting between quests and areas, trying to find out what you can and can't do, and what region and shop has the ingredients you need. I personally would have liked the option to turn on quest markers or ingredient markers, either pointing where to go or simply highlighting the appropriate shops on the map, just to go with the easygoing theme of the game. Once you do get all the ingredients you need though, you'll head back home to bake. Your house is the only place you can make these treats, but don't worry. You can talk to the raccoon in each area and give him 1,000 bells, Groots, and you can rent the plot of land and move your house there. When you go inside, you can go to the kettle, choose the item you want to make, and start cooking. This begins a mini game where you have to match the buttons with the ingredients as they slide across the screen and avoid any bad ones. The minigame here is very simple. At first, I wish you had the option to speed it up for more challenge, but honestly, this game is a good one to play for winding down at night when you just want to go on autopilot. I even got so sleepy the other night that this happened. So yeah, it's not bad for what it is, but just keep in mind you will be playing this minigame a lot. There's no combat in Dragon Coffee, but you can bonk things with your ladle, which is a compromise I really like. I don't necessarily want combat, but I still want to hit things. This is perfect because you can beat up bushes for money or use it on various objects and characters during quests. Speaking of money, it's kind of funny that the money bushes respawn every time you come out of a building or an area. Basically, anytime the map loads. It kind of feels cheap that this is the main way of saving up for the ingredients you need. You can also earn Groots by selling items from your inventory, including these star fragments you sometimes find. And did I mention magic spells? Yes, you can acquire different spells, of which I got my first from playing in a band at the town. These are essentially just little abilities that can be used in various ways to help you with chores and getting ingredients. I thought this was a nice touch, but I would have liked more sound effect or some magical looking visuals. One funny thing the NPCs made me realize is that you're not the hero in this game. You're here to help, but you're not the chosen one that's gonna save the village and have everybody bending over backwards for you. Some characters just don't have any dialogue. They're so busy with their own lives, they don't even acknowledge your existence. Others don't have any animations at all. You can just completely walk on them as if you don't even exist. Also, some NPCs are a little shady and will bribe you during quests, which I thought was funny. When I first loaded this game and started out in my house, I was immediately pleased by how well Margot handles. When you tap left, she goes left. When you tap right, she goes right. Smooth and responsive animation, which can't be said for every video game. And the character moves very quickly, which is great when everything is spread out like this. She obviously looks really cute running around, and the whole world is amazingly drawn, and I just find the animations to be very charming. The music is charming as well, but very repetitive. As of this time, there are a couple quirks with Dragon Coffee when it comes to the fit and finish of this game, none of which are game breaking. If I hear of any updates, I'll surely leave them in the pinned comment below. But firstly, the collision detection is a bit off at times. You'll either be running into an invisible wall earlier than you should be, or you'll just straight up walk through objects. Sometimes it can be jarring, other times it's kind of funny. Also, it can sometimes be hard to realize what character or object you're interacting with, as it doesn't really matter what direction you're facing. And the menus can take a little bit to understand where you are. It's little things like this that remind you that this game was made by a small indie developer, and honestly, after you play the game for a bit, you just get used to it. Don't expect a day and night cycle here, customizing your house and character, farming, or anything else. Don't even expect a bunch of dragons or coffee for that matter. It's a simple and cozy puzzle adventure game, but it does help me relax and go to sleep at night. Please drop a comment below and let me know what you think, if you'll be picking this one up, or if you got any other questions about Dragon Coffee. Remember to subscribe for more videos, and then click one of those boxes on your screen to watch another review from me, and I'll see you over there. I just had the animations to be very charming and scarming and darming. Here we go, bro. Big finish, big finish.